The Gospel of Thomas, spoken script intro. In 1945, a farmer digging near the Egyptian town of Nag Hammadi broke open a sealed jar and found 13 leather-bound books buried in the desert sand. They had been hidden there sometime in the 4th century, probably by monks trying to protect them from destruction. One of those books contained this text. The Gospel of Thomas is not a story. There is no birth, no ministry, no crucifixion, no resurrection narrative. It is a list of 114 sayings attributed to Jesus, and nothing else. No explanation, no interpretation, no theology built around them. The opening line tells you what it is. These are the hidden sayings that the living Jesus spoke, and that Didymos, Judas, Thomas wrote down. And then the first saying, whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death. Not experience death, taste it. Most translations smooth this over. The Coptic does not. What you're about to hear is a complete reading of all 114 sayings, translated directly from the Coptic manuscript, where the text is genuinely uncertain, where scholars disagree, where the papyrus is damaged, where the Greek tradition says something else entirely. You'll see that on screen alongside the words being spoken. No commentary, no interpretation, just the text as it survived. The text prologue. These are the hidden sayings that the living Jesus spoke, and that Didymos, Judas, Thomas wrote down. Saying 1. Whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death. Saying 2. Let the one who seeks not cease seeking until he finds. And when he finds, he will be troubled. And when he has been troubled, he will marvel, and he will reign over the all. Saying 3. If those who lead you say to you, behold, the kingdom is in heaven, then the birds of the heaven will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is within you, and it is outside you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are children of the living Father. But if you do not come to know yourselves, then you dwell in poverty, and you yourselves are that poverty. Saying 4. The man old in his days will not hesitate to ask a small child of 7 days about the place of life, and he will live. For many of the first will become last, and they will become a single one. Saying 5. Recognize what is before your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed to you. For there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. Saying 6. His disciples questioned him, saying to him, do you want us to fast? And how should we pray? Should we give alms? And what diet should we observe? Jesus said, do not lie. And what you yourselves hate, do not do, for all things are disclosed before heaven. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed, and nothing covered that will not be uncovered. Saying 7. Blessed is the lion which the man will eat, and the lion will become man. And cursed is the man whom the lion will eat, and the lion will become man. Saying 8. The man is like a wise fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up out of the sea full of small fish. Among them the wise fisherman found a large, fine fish. He cast all the small fish back down into the sea and chose the large fish without effort. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. Saying 9. Behold, the sower came out, filled his hand, and cast. Some fell on the road. The birds came and gathered them. Others fell on the rock and did not take root downward in the soil, and did not send up an ear toward heaven. And others fell on the thorns. They choked the seed, and the worm ate them. And others fell on the good soil and produced good fruit upward toward heaven. It bore 60 per measure and 120 per measure. Saying 10. I have cast fire upon the world, and behold, I am guarding it until it blazes. Saying 11. This heaven will pass away, and the one above it will pass away, and the dead are not alive, and the living will not die. In the days when you were eating what is dead, you were making it alive. When you come to be in the light, what will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. But when you have become two, what will you do? Saying 12. The disciples said to Jesus, We know that you will go away from us. Who is the one who will become great over us? Jesus said to them, In whatever place you have come to, you shall go to James the just, on whose account heaven and earth came into being. Saying 13. Jesus said to his disciples, Compare me, tell me whom I am like. Simon Peter said to him, You are like a righteous angel. Matthew said to him, You are like a wise philosopher. Thomas said to him, Teacher, my mouth is wholly unable to say whom you are like. Jesus said, I am not your teacher, for you have drunk and become drunk from the bubbling spring which I myself measured out. And he took him aside and spoke 3 sayings to him. When Thomas returned to his companions, they asked him, What did Jesus say to you? Thomas said to them, If I tell you one of the sayings he spoke to me, you will pick up stones and throw them at me, and fire will come out of the stones and burn you up. Saying 14. If you fast, you will beget for yourselves a sin, and if you pray, you will be condemned, and if you give alms, you will do harm to your spirits. And when you go into any land and walk through the regions, when they receive you, eat what they set before you, heal the sick among them. For what enters your mouth will not defile you, but what comes out of your mouth, that is what will defile you. Saying 15. When you see the one who was not born of woman, prostrate yourselves on your faces and worship him. That one is your Father. Saying 16. Perhaps men suppose that I have come to cast peace upon the world, and they do not know that I have come to cast divisions upon the earth. Fire, sword, war. For there will be 5 in a house. 3 will be against 2 and 2 against 3, the father against the son and the son against the father, and they will stand alone, being solitaries. Saying 17. I will give you what eye has not seen, and what ear has not heard, and what hand has not touched, and what has not arisen in the heart of man. Saying 18. The disciples said to Jesus, Tell us how our end will be. Jesus said, Have you then uncovered the beginning that you ask about the end? For where the beginning is, there will the end be also. Blessed is the one who will stand at the beginning, that one will know the end, and will not taste death. Saying 19. Blessed is the one who came into being before he came into being. If you become my disciples and listen to my words, these stones will minister to you. For you have 5 trees in paradise that do not move, summer or winter, and their leaves do not fall. Whoever knows them will not taste death. Saying 20. The disciples said to Jesus, Tell us, what is the kingdom of heaven like? He said to them, It is like a mustard seed, smaller than all seeds. But when it falls upon the worked soil, it puts forth a great branch and becomes shelter for the birds of heaven. Saying 21. Mariham said to Jesus, Whom are your disciples like? He said, They are like little children who have settled in a field that is not theirs. When the lords of the field come, they will say, Surrender our field to us. They strip themselves before them so as to surrender it to them, and they give back their field to them. Therefore I say, if the master of the house knows that the thief is coming, He will keep watch before he comes, and will not let him dig through into his house of his kingdom to carry off his vessels. You then keep watch over against the world. Gird up your loins with great power, lest the brigands find a way to come at you, for the gain you await they will find. Let there be among you a man of understanding. When the fruit ripened, he came in haste with his sickle in his hand, and reaped it. Whoever has ears to hear, let him hear. Saying 22. Jesus saw little ones being suckled. He said to his disciples, "These little ones being suckled are like those who enter the kingdom." They said to him, "Then if we are little, shall we enter the kingdom?" Jesus said to them, "When you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the upper like the lower, and when you make the male and the female into a single one, so that the male is not male, and the female not female, when you make eyes in place of an eye, and a hand in place of a hand, and a foot in place of a foot, an image in place of an image, then you will enter the kingdom." Saying 23. I shall choose you, 1 out of 1,000 and 2 out of 10,000, and they shall stand as a single one. Saying 24. His disciples said, "Show us the place where you are, since it is necessary for us to seek it." He said to them, "Whoever has ears, let him hear. There is light within a man of light, and he illumines the whole world. If he does not illumine, he is darkness." Saying 25. Love your brother as your soul. Guard him as the pupil of your eye. Saying 26. The mote that is in your brother's eye you see, but the beam in your own eye you do not see. When you cast the beam out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to cast the mote out of your brother's eye. Saying 27. If you do not fast from the world, you will not find the kingdom. If you do not make the Sabbath a Sabbath, you will not see the Father. Saying 28. I stood in the midst of the world, and I appeared to them in flesh. I found them all drunk. I found none of them thirsting. And my soul was pained over the children of men, because they are blind in their hearts and do not see, for they came into the world empty, and they also seek to leave the world empty. But for now they are drunk. When they shake off their wine, then they will repent. Saying 29. If the flesh came into being for the sake of spirit, it is a wonder. But if spirit came into being for the sake of the body, it is a wonder of wonders. Yet I marvel at this, how this great wealth has come to dwell in this poverty. Saying 30. Where there are 3 guards, they are guards. Where there are 2 or 1, I am with him. Saying 31. No prophet is honored in his own village. No physician heals those who know him. Saying 32. A city built on a high mountain and fortified. It cannot fall, nor can it be hidden. Saying 33. What you will hear in your ear, in the other ear preach it from your rooftops. For no one lights a lamp and puts it under a bushel basket, nor puts it in a hidden place. Rather, he sets it on the lampstand, that everyone going in and going out may see its light. Saying 34. If a blind man leads a blind man, both fall down into a pit. Saying 35. It is not possible for anyone to enter the house of the strong man and take it by force, unless he binds his hands. Then he will plunder his house. Saying 36. Do not be anxious from morning till evening, or from evening till morning, about what you will put on. Saying 37. His disciples said, On what day will you appear to us, and on what day shall we see you? Jesus said, when you strip yourselves of your shame, and take your garments and put them under your feet like the little children and tread on them, then you will see the Son of the Living One, and you will not be afraid. Saying 38. Many times you have desired to hear these sayings, these that I am speaking to you, and you have no other from whom to hear them. There will be days when you will seek me and not find me. Saying 39. The Pharisees and the scribes have taken the keys of knowledge and have hidden them. They themselves have not entered, and those who wish to enter they have not allowed. But you be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Saying 40. A grapevine has been planted outside the Father, and since it is not strong, it will be pulled up by its root and destroyed. Saying 41. Whoever has in his hand, to him will be given more, and whoever has not, even the little he has will be taken from him. Saying 42. Become passers-by. Saying 43. His disciples said to him, Who are you to say these things to us? Jesus said, From the things I am saying to you, you do not realize who I am. Rather, you have become like the Jews, for they love the tree and hate its fruit, and they love the fruit and hate the tree. Saying 44. Whoever blasphemes against the Father, it will be forgiven him, and whoever blasphemes against the Son, it will be forgiven him. But whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit, it will not be forgiven him, neither on earth nor in heaven. Saying 45. Grapes are not gathered from thorns, nor are figs gathered from camel thistles, for they bear no fruit. A good man brings forth a good thing from his treasure. A bad man brings forth evils from the bad treasure that is in his heart, and speaks evils. For out of the heart's abundance he brings forth evils. Saying 46. From Adam to John the Baptist, among those born of women, there is none higher than John the Baptist, so that his eyes should not be averted. But I have said, Whoever among you becomes a little one will know the kingdom and will be exalted above John. Saying 47. It is not possible for a man to mount 2 horses and to draw 2 bows, and it is not possible for a slave to serve 2 masters, for he will honor the one and despise the other. No man drinks old wine and immediately desires to drink new wine. New wine is not put into old wineskins, lest they burst, nor is old wine put into a new wineskin, lest it spoil. An old patch is not sewn unto a new garment, for there will be a tear. Saying 48. If 2 make peace with each other in this single house, they will say to the mountain, Be moved, and it will be moved. Saying 49. Blessed are the solitaries and the elect, for you will find the kingdom. For you have come from it, and to it you will return. Saying 50. If they say to you, Where have you come from? Say to them, We have come from the light, the place where the light came into being from itself, established itself, and appeared in their image. If they say to you, Is it you? Say, We are its children, and we are the elect of the living Father. If they ask you, What is the sign of your Father in you? Say to them, It is movement and rest. Saying 51. His disciples said to him, On what day will the rest of the dead come to be? And on what day does the new world come? He said to them, That which you await has come, but you do not know it. Saying 52. His disciples said to him, 24 prophets have spoken in Israel, and they all spoke through you. He said to them, You have left the living one in your presence, and you have spoken about the dead. Saying 53. His disciples said to him, Is circumcision profitable or not? He said to them, If it were profitable, their father would beget them from their mother already circumcised. Rather, the true circumcision in spirit has become wholly profitable. Saying 54. Blessed are the poor, for yours is the kingdom of the heavens. Saying 55. Whoever does not hate his father and his mother will not be able to be a disciple to me. And whoever does not hate his brothers and his sisters, and does not take up his cross like me, will not be worthy of me. Saying 56. Whoever has come to know the world has found a corpse, and whoever has found a corpse, the world is not worthy of him. Saying 57. The kingdom of the Father is like a man who had good seed. His enemy came in the night and sowed weeds on top of the good seed. The man did not let them pull up the weeds. He said to them, Lest perhaps you go to pull up the weeds and pull up the wheat with them. For on the day of harvest the weeds will appear, they will be pulled and burned. Saying 58. Blessed is the man who has labored, he has found life. Saying 59. Look upon the living one while you are alive, lest you die and seek to see him and not be able to see. Saying 60. They saw a Samaritan carrying a lamb and going into Judea. He said to his disciples, That one around the lamb. They said to him, In order that he may kill it and eat it. He said to them, While it is alive, he will not eat it, but if he kills it, it becomes a corpse. They said, Otherwise he cannot do it. He said to them, You yourselves seek a place of rest for yourselves, lest you become a corpse and be eaten. Saying 61. Two shall rest on a couch. The one will die, the one will live. Salome said, Who are you, man, that as though from the one you have come up on my couch and eaten from my table? Jesus said to her, I am the one who comes from the equal one. To me were given things from my Father. Salome said, I am your disciple. Jesus said, Therefore I say, when one becomes equal, he will be filled with light, but when one becomes divided, he will be filled with darkness. Saying 62. I tell my mysteries to those who are worthy of my mysteries. What your right hand does, do not let your left hand know what it is doing. Saying 63. There was a rich man who had much wealth. He said, I will use my wealth that I may sow and reap and plant and fill my storehouses with fruit, so that I lack nothing. These were the things he was thinking in his heart. And in that night he died. Whoever has ears, let him hear. Saying 64. A man had visitors, and when he had prepared the dinner, he sent his slave to summon the visitors. He went to the first. He said to him, My master summons you. The man said, I have money owed to me by some merchants. They are coming to me this evening. I will go and give them my orders. I beg off from the dinner. He went to another. He said to him, My master has summoned you. The man said to him, I have bought a house, and they are demanding of me a day. I shall not have leisure. He went to another. He said to him, My master summons you. The man said, My friend is going to be married, and it is I who am going to make the dinner. I shall not be able to come. I beg off from the dinner. He went to another. He said to him, My master summons you. The man said to him, I have bought a village. I am going to collect the rent. I shall not be able to come. I beg off. The slave came back and said to his master, Those whom you summoned to the dinner have begged off. The master said to his slave, Go out into the streets. Those whom you find, bring them, that they may dine. Buyers and merchants shall not enter the places of my Father. Saying 65. But man had a vineyard. He gave it to laborers that they might work it for him, and that he might receive its fruit from them. He sent his slave, that the laborers might give him the fruit of the vineyard. They seized his slave, beat him, little more, and they would have killed him. The The slave went, told his master. His master said, perhaps he did not know them. He sent another slave. The laborers struck that one too. Then the master sent his son, saying, perhaps they will respect my son. Since those laborers knew that he was the heir of the vineyard, they seized him, killed him. Whoever has ears, let him hear. Saying 66. Show me the stone that the builders rejected. It is the cornerstone. Saying 67. Whoever knows the all but lacks himself, lacks the whole place. Saying 68. Blessed are you when they hate you and persecute you, and they will find no place where they have persecuted you. Saying 69. Blessed are those who have been persecuted in their hearts. These are the ones who have known the Father in truth. Blessed are the hungry, that they may fill the belly of the one who desires. Saying 70. When you bring forth that which is in you, this that you have will save you. If you do not have it within yourselves, this that you do not have within you will kill you. Saying 71. I will destroy this house, and no one will be able to rebuild it. Here the manuscript breaks. Saying 72. A man said to him, tell my brothers to share my father's possessions with me. He said to him, O man, who has made me a divider? He turned to his disciples. He said to them, I am not a divider, am I? Saying 73. The harvest indeed is great, but the workers are few. Pray, then, to the Lord, that he may send out workers into the harvest. Saying 74. Lord, there are many around the well, but no one in the cistern. Saying 75. There are many standing at the door, but it is the solitaries who will enter the bridal chamber. Saying 76. The kingdom of the Father is like a merchant who had a load and found a pearl. That merchant was wise. He sold the load and bought himself the single pearl. You also seek for the unfailing and abiding treasure, where moth comes not to eat, nor worm destroys. Saying 77. I am the light that is over all of them. I am the all. The all has come from me, and the all has reached me. Split a piece of wood, I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there. Saying 78. Why have you come out into the field? To see a reed shaken by the wind, and to see a man wearing soft garments like your kings and your great ones. These are the ones wearing the soft garments, and they will not be able to know the truth. Saying 79. A woman in the crowd said to him, Blessed is the womb that bore you, and the breasts that nursed you. He said to her, Blessed are those who have heard the word of the Father and kept it in truth. For there will be days when you will say, Blessed is the womb that has not conceived, and the breasts that have not given milk. Saying 80. Whoever has come to know the world has found the body, and whoever has found the body, the world is not worthy of him. Saying 81. Let him who has become rich reign, and let him who has power renounce. Saying 82. Whoever is near to me is near to the fire, and whoever is far from me is far from the kingdom. Saying 83. The images are manifest to man, and the light within them is hidden in the image of the Father's light. He will be revealed, but his image is hidden by his light. Saying 84. On the days when you see your likeness, you rejoice. But when you see your images that came into being before you, that neither die nor become manifest, how much will you bear? Saying 85. Adam came into being from a great power and a great wealth, and yet he was not worthy of you. For if he had been worthy, he would not have tasted death. Saying 86. Foxes have their holes, and the birds have their nest, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head and rest. Saying 87. Wretched is the body that depends on a body, and wretched is the soul that depends on these two. Saying 88. The angels and the prophets will come to you, and they will give you what is yours. And you yourselves give them what is in your hands, and say to yourselves, on what day will they come and take what is theirs? Saying 89. Why do you wash the outside of the cup? Do you not realize that the one who made the inside is also the one who made the outside? Saying 90. Come to me, for my yoke is easy and my lordship is gentle, and you will find rest for yourselves. Saying 91. They said to him, Tell us who you are, that we may believe in you. He said to them, You read the face of heaven and earth, but the one who is before you you have not known, and this present moment you do not know how to read it. Saying 92. Seek and you will find, but the things you asked me about in those days I did not tell you then. Now I am willing to tell them, and you do not seek them. Saying 93. Do not give what is holy to the dogs, lest they cast it on the dunghill. Do not throw the pearls to the swine, lest they make of them. Here the manuscript breaks. Saying 94. He who seeks will find. He who knocks from within, it will be open to him. Saying 95. If you have money, do not lend at interest, but give it to the one from whom you will not receive it back. Saying 96. The kingdom of the Father is like a woman. She took a little leaven, hid it in dough, and made it into great loaves. Whoever has ears, let him hear. Saying 97. The kingdom of the Father is like a woman carrying a jar full of meal and walking along a far road. The handle of the jar broke. The meal poured out behind her along the road. She did not know it. She had not noticed the trouble. When she reached her house, she set the jar down and found it empty. Saying 98. The kingdom of the Father is like a man who wished to kill a powerful man. He drew the sword in his house and thrust it into the wall, that he might know whether his hand would be strong. Then he killed the powerful man. Saying 99. The disciples said to him, Your brothers and your mother are standing outside. He said to them, Those here who do the will of my Father, these are my brothers and my mother. They are the ones who will enter the kingdom of my Father. Saying 100. They showed Jesus a gold coin and said to him, Caesar's men demand taxes from us. He said to them, Give Caesar's things to Caesar, give God's things to God, and what is mine give to me. Saying 101. Whoever does not hate his father and his mother as I do will not be able to be a disciple to me. And whoever does not love his father and his mother as I do will not be able to be a disciple to me. For my mother, here the manuscript breaks. But my true mother gave me life. Saying 102. Woe to them, the Pharisees, for they are like a dog lying in the cattle's manger. He neither eats nor lets the cattle eat. Saying 103. Blessed is the man who knows in what part the brigands will come in, so that he may rise and gather his kingdom, and gird himself at the loins before they enter. Saying 104. They said to Jesus, Come, let us pray today and let us fast. Jesus said, What sin have I done, or in what have I been overcome? Rather, when the bridegroom leaves the bridal chamber, then let them fast and let them pray. Saying 105. Whoever knows the father and the mother, they will call him son of a harlot. Saying 106. When you make the two one, you will become sons of man. And when you say, mountain, be moved, it will be moved. Saying 107. The kingdom is like a shepherd having 100 sheep. One of them, the largest, went astray. He left the 99. He sought the one until he found it. After he had toiled, he said to the sheep, I love you more than the 99. Saying 108. Whoever drinks from my mouth will become as I am. I myself shall become him, and the hidden things will be revealed to him. Saying 109. The kingdom is like a man who had in his field a hidden treasure he did not know about, and after he died, he left it to his son. The son did not know. He took that field and sold it. The one who had bought it came. While plowing, he found the treasure. He began to lend money at interest to those whom he wished. Saying 110. Whoever has found the world and become rich, let him renounce the world. Saying 111. The heavens will be rolled up, and the earth before your face. And the one who lives by virtue of the living one will not see death. Does not Jesus say, Whoever has found himself, the world is not worthy of him? Saying 112. Woe to the flesh that depends on the soul. Woe to the soul that depends on the flesh. Saying 113. His disciples said to him, On what day does the kingdom come? Jesus said, It does not come by being watched for. They will not say, Look here, or look there. Rather, the kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and men do not see it. Saying 114. Simon Peter said to them, Let Maryam leave us, for women are not worthy of life. Jesus said, Look, I myself shall lead her, that I may make her male, so that she too may become a living spirit, resembling you males. For every woman who makes herself male will enter the kingdom of the heavens. Outro, that is the complete text. 114 sayings. No narrative, no explanation. The manuscript these words were translated from is 600 years old. The sayings themselves may be older. Some scholars date their composition to within a generation of Jesus. Others place them later. The debate has never been settled. What is not debated, this text existed. Communities read it. The church declared it heresy. Monks buried it rather than burn it, and it survived. The Gospel of Thomas ends without ending. No resurrection, no commission, no final instruction. Just the last saying, hanging in the air. The kingdom of the Father is spread out upon the earth, and men do not see it. If this text reached you, like and subscribe for more suppressed texts. Translation from the Coptic, from Gospel of Thomas English. MD, working directly from the Coptic Scriptorium TEI-XML Diplomatic Transcription, Dilley et al. Rev. 2025-11-25. CC by 4. 0. Numbering follows the standard 114 Logian division. Guillemont et al. 1959. For the full translation with complete textual notes, variant readings, Greek parallels, P.Oxy. 654, 655, 1, and flagged translation choices, see the source file.